welcome to Vigilante Mode. I'm here with some new guests on the spoiler discussion panel. And I'll go around and I'll introduce everybody. We're going to talk about Suicide Squad. This is a spoiler-filled video, so if you have not seen the film yet, don't watch this. Come back later after you've seen the movie, and we're going to talk about some of the controversy with Rotten Tomatoes. So let's get started. I'm here joined again by the Legend of Non. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling pretty good. Ready for this review.
Great.
Let's do it.
And some of our new guests. This is basically the representatives of the country of Wakanda. We have Danny. Danny, what's going on?
I'm Danny. I'm not the Black Panther, unfortunately. I'm kind of close. I'm trying to figure out the whole name thing.
Okay.
I'll get back to you.
Yeah, we'll have some funny nicknames later. And we got 50 Cent right over here.
I got the keys.
This is JP. And you want to introduce yourself over there?
And hi, I'm Ike, and I am the Black Panther.
Okay.
Maybe.
You weren't quite sure there, though.
Yeah, I'm like thinking about it.
You were thinking about it. All right, so let's get started. So let's just, really succinctly just go around really quick and just say, if you liked it, and maybe a couple of little highlights about what you liked about it. Ike, why don't we start with you?
So, I liked it. I thought it was a solid movie. I think there were some issues I had with the film, but I think a lot of the reviews that I got were a little unfair, so that's my overall.
Great.
Yeah.
Hey, James, what do you think?
I thought it was okay. Could have been a lot better. It was a lot better than Batman vs Superman. The plot went along a lot better. It just had more potential. So I just saw potential in it. That's why I was a little bit disappointed.
Dan?
I don't think it's necessarily as bad as people said it is, but it is an incredibly frustrating movie. They're like the problems when they arrive are glaring, and that's my biggest issue. And it's not as bad. People got a little carried away, but some of the issues are like glaring. Some of it is like, come on.
Okay, great. We'll talk about some of those more specifically in a bit. Nando?
Overall, I enjoyed it. It did surprise me in a lot of ways, especially, like you said, coming off of Batman vs Superman and the disappointment that everyone felt with that one. This one had a lot more riding on it. It didn't quite satisfy me as much as I would like, but it also didn't disappoint me as much as the critics led me to believe it would be. So, yeah.
Yeah, personally, I enjoyed the film. Again, it was not the best movie of the summer, best movie of the year, or one of the best superhero movies I've seen, but I think the reviews had me in a place where I was expecting this movie to be just a complete travesty, and I enjoyed it. I was waiting for moments where I really was going to dislike it, and I didn't really find too many of those moments. There were, like you guys said, some moments that didn't work for me, and why don't we just sort of get into some of those things? What are some problems you had?
And this is my biggest problem, and it tends to be a trend with superhero movies in general. In the third act, for some reason, you always have to fight some massive computer-generated, who knows what the hell it is,
Thing in the sky.
Yeah, and Will Smith even references it. Like, are we going to the garbage thing in the sky? And I was like, apparently we are, because that's exactly, and it took me out of the movie so entirely. And this might sound like too big a gripe, but the effects, Uncharted looks better than some of the shots in this movie.
Okay, fair enough.
Like, it looks like a video game, and the Enchantress is garbage.
Okay, fair enough. I don't know. I just want to kind of jump in on that because I thought that the moment where Will Smith did reference what it was, made it self-aware, and it's part of, I think, the tone of the movie that made it not take itself so seriously, which is why I was forgiving of a lot of that.
The reason why you're forgiving is because Will Smith and Margot Robbie carried that movie.
Yeah.
They were the best thing. Every time they were on camera, they were the best.
Right.
So for me, the main problem was the villain. Why the hell didn't they just have the Joker be the villain and then have all the other characters which they had? They're all so interesting, the way they were all introduced. They should have had some kind of some kind of like
I'm
backstabbing
involved.
each
I'm tired.
other or something, and then the Joker be the main villain or something.
Yeah.
They didn't have to have the supernatural whatever.
Okay.
That was my main problem. But still better than Batman vs Superman.
Okay.
Still better.
And it's funny because my perspective is it kind of highlights why this was such a big problem with the movie, because my biggest issue was, again, the villain. Because usually what draws you into a movie is a villain who's compelling. It doesn't have to be someone who's going to destroy the whole world and bring the end to mankind. It's just like there's some type of drama, some type of narrative. They're trying to play
Connection.
mind games with the characters and pit them against each other or something.
Yeah.
Which is why I thought when I was coming to the movie, I thought the Joker was going to be the bad guy.
Right.
They actually,
and it made it seem that way.
To jump on that part, like they actually kind of did set that up with the relationship between the Joker and
Harley Quinn.
They
Exactly.
took it like
That's
What's
his way
a missed opportunity?
Yeah, that's his way.
Right there.
In a lot of ways.
and then they had this crazy ass villain.
Yeah, and just to kind of finish that thought, that the relationship between the Joker and Harley Quinn, that was a perfect opportunity for them to create some drama, something that would draw us in,
Yeah.
put us in the positions
A
of
rift
the
between
of
them.
the
Like that,
protagonists,
exactly.
right?
Harley
But then
Quinn
this
could have,
massive enchantress and
What was
her
it?
brother, this weird
Let me
funky dude.
As a writer,
Last thought on that, and I want to get to
last thought. Like you already see the relationship between like Harley Quinn and Deadshot. So like a good idea would have been like
love
Harley
triangle.
Quinn would have backstabbed Deadshot or something.
Yeah, like
Right.
love triangle.
Bullshit.
I mean, they
Which is basically what she did when she jumped on the helicopter, right? So
But they could have built on that.
One of the biggest things I have a problem with especially these movies that kind of deviate from the main superheroes of the universe is they try to make them too grand.
yeah.
Suicide Squad didn't need to be some big save the city kind of thing. If anything, they should have taken a hint from the animated version. It had more of an espionage movie.
Like they had about crime.
Something that's more low key, something that wouldn't attract all of the other heroes. Because one of the biggest things that was glaring for me was if the Enchantress is that big of a threat to where's the rest of
Where's the Flash?
Yeah,
and didn't really do anything.
many opportunities for many different heroes to jump into the mix.
Yeah.
And the fact that Suicide Squad was the only ones that can do it felt odd, as well as who was in the Suicide Squad and why they were there.
Wow.
Clearly, like the structure of the movie was a little bit off. What was like a standout scene for you, either positive or negative, like a particular moment in the film?
I have the most negative scene was when Harley Quinn was like, "Oh, these are my friends," and it's like, I'm like, what? She's supposed to like freaking, she's like evil and crazy, like,
Yeah.
oh, we're all buddies. Like, no,
Yeah.
no.
Well, sorry, let me jump on that really quick because we talked about this a little bit like outside of the theater. It was just the fact that they really pulled the trigger on this movie too soon.
Yeah.
This would have been a great
Very
movie
much
to do after you've set up your world. Just like they waited to do a Guardians of the Galaxy movie at like their 10th movie or whatever, which is basically about like the criminals of their universe. But you had to get to know the heroes first and what's at stake and the relationships between the heroes and the villains. This movie, for me, I still really love the characters, but
The
it didn't.
Luminarian sucked.
It just
Yes.
well, but
The
see, I think there's a movie inside of the movie that we saw that was good,
but
that
they ignored it completely.
because of the fact that it was centered around villains.
The beginning montage.
Yes,
They
that was awesome.
were a great way of introducing the characters and giving you, making you give a shit.
Yeah,
And like,
yeah,
That was
But
awesome.
the-
All right.
and creatively
But
too.
yeah,
It was a really nice
and
presentation.
it also let us jump right into the world instead of drawing things out and dragging it out. We don't have to have everyone come in a really wild way. No, we can just have everyone.
Crocs
be there.
one was pretty small. Boomerangs one was pretty quick. I mean, we got them. We get them. We don't need to have a super long ground.
Like obviously, Deadshot was gonna get a more comprehensive.
He was the protagonist. I think it's fair to say he was the main character of the movie.
Yeah, but I'll say, I thought the opening was very strong. My problem with the opening is is all the pop music took me out of it a little. I mean, like, respect it a little bit. Like, give it a score. There was no definitive anthem.
Yeah.
Like, and I feel like
Yeah.
if you're making a superhero movie, where's the anthem?
Yeah, I agree with you there.
What are people humming when they?
You know what?
leave
I
the
picked up
theater?
a little bit on the theme, like the musical theme, this time, second time seeing it. This is my second time seeing it, so I actually did pick, but I agree with you.
Yeah.
It was out kind of classed and drowned out by the pop music.
So I mean, it's kind of like I have 1.5. So I like the scenes with the Joker and Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
I liked all of them because I like them playing off of each other. I thought that was the movie I wanted to see. I wanted to see the Joker be more involved. However, because I like action, I think the one scene where Will Smith, Deadshot, gets on top of the cars and just like
Oh my-
waits
we
all the bad
clapped.
guys. I like scenes like
We clapped.
So I think, I think you started to clap. You started to clap, and the whole theater started clapping.
Because it was a
so
great moment.
It was awesome, and like for all ages, when you go to a film, you want to see that grand action moment that
You
defines
need
the film.
spectacle,
The one where
And
you're like,
it was a Will Smith moment.
It
You know,
has to
like
be
he
a
got
Will Smith moment.
that glory that he deserves because he's so damn good at what he does.
Right.
And I was so happy this was like the return of the Will Smith that I grew up with.
and I agree with you. And also the biggest thing is it was directly him. What was the name of the army guy that they were fighting?
Flag.
Flag, right? So it was him basically telling Flag, I'm not cutting and running.
Right,
I'm gonna
right,
stand
right,
up.
right, right.
It was his hero moment.
Yeah.
And I thought it was.
Well, and I think that again,
That's why that moment really works, is because
Yeah.
it had substance to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was and there was a little bit of foreshadowing, and you got a payoff,
yeah,
which is like a one-on-one type of thing, but when something like that works for a reason,
yeah.
you know.
But I think it also speaks to the theme of the movie, which is that like these villains are not all bad. That there is some redeeming qualities within them, and I think. I agree with you that it maybe was a little uncharacteristic of Harley to like do that thing at the end, but in their world, again, this is their version of these characters. So I'm not gonna just like say that like any character has to do a specific thing. But I do want to move on. So
Yeah.
Can I do the thing that I like?
oh yeah, I'm sorry. Did I not?
Yeah.
Sorry.
The thing that I like that I'm surprised we haven't mentioned.
Thanks, Danny. That's not. No, I'm sorry. Keep going.
No. I don't think people talk about it enough. I think that Viola Davis was.
Right, yeah.
She
Never-
crushed it. She was the person that classed up the joint. Every scene that she was in elevated the movie. You could raise the stakes.
Yeah.
She was asked to do action. She crushed that.
She was incredibly badass.
Badass. And you understood for like in a way why she was in charge of the program.
Yeah.
I thought that they crushed the man.
And she survived.
Yeah.
2 thumbs up for that.
Yeah, I love that line.
Yeah.
It's like, how the hell are you still alive?
You can't, because you can't get rid of her. Like if they, then she's too big a piece of the chessboard.
Well, I think exactly. And I think in that post-credit scene, they definitely present that she is going to play a
I want to
role.
see more of her.
I agree. I thought her screen time was a little. They could have given her a little bit more.
Yeah.
Which brings me to I think like the big topic. Let's talk about the Joker. Let's talk about Jared Leto's interpretation of the Joker. Take it, Leo.
All right. I actually really enjoyed this interpretation of Joker. I thought that it was an interesting blend between all of the Jokers that came previously, from Mark Hamill in the animated series to Heath Ledger, the greatest Joker portrayal that I believe ever, and even Jack Nicholson when it comes down to the more gangster role of him being a mafioso type character. And the biggest thing I didn't I wanted to understand about Joker is with Heath Ledger, we understood what his motivation was. He wants to burn it all down.
Yeah.
But with this
And that's
one,
what made it
the only thing
dangerous.
he had was Harley to cling to. His only motivation was getting Harley out, which was good in a sense because it kept it streamlined, but I didn't see where he's trying to bring his organization. I didn't know what his ideology overall
makes sense.
Yes, and he's a thinker by nature. Like I think that the things that make the Joker a great villain are the things that make Batman a great hero. His mind and the unpredictability and stuff like that. And that kind of goes back to what JP said. If you made him the the main antagonist, you give an actor who's thrown a lot into a performance the opportunity to really shine.
Yeah.
And I really feel like he was sort of put in a corner.
Yeah.
Like he was there almost for pure fan service.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
He didn't really need to be there.
like,
Yeah, he really did not need to be
It's
there.
it's like the
Yeah.
Warriors putting Steph Curry on the bench. What are you doing?
Just
Yeah.
to justify Harley being
Yeah,
there.
right.
yeah.
It was he was just playing a part in her storyline, and I think that while that's okay for this film, it's not really going to satisfy the fans of the canon of stuff.
Right.
JB, what did you think?
Yeah, I agree with Danny's point. I guess I think it's a missed opportunity because that's like the main thing I have a problem with this movie is they have so many awesome characters that they could have had such a better story with all different characters. So they just went to the easy route of having a
Which
villain or
Yeah.
some kind
cliche,
of end of the world type of thing.
And
Yeah.
powers
that
yeah.
They should have just been Joker.
I mean, yeah, and I think Nando's point about him, Joker being this big mafia lord. I like the scene in the nightclub where you hear Rick Ross playing in the background, right? That was so badass.
The soundtrack
I like the way they styled him, right? He
Yeah.
had the chains, like he.
Like a thug.
Yeah, the Joker is a thug. I mean, he's cerebral, like Danny said, but he's still a thug and an asshole, right?
Yeah.
So,
That's what
but
makes Batman damn
I
shit
think
out of
I
it.
think what they missed out on is what we're all saying is he should have been the main villain, or at least even if he was a bigger part of the story, it would have made us understand why he needed to be there. For anyone who's not a fan of the comics, the Joker is just some guy who's in love with Harley Quinn, who likes to shoot guns out of a helicopter one time, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's what he did.
I did
But
like
they don't understand
the
who the Joker
helicopter
is.
scene.
That was
The helicopter
cool,
scene was really
but I
cool.
mean, he needed to have more weight in the movie.
Overall.
It's still better than Jesse Eisenberg.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. DC villains are just.
Okay. Really quick.
Let's not go down that rabbit hole.
Yeah.
If I start talking about
Yeah,
this,
that's another review.
That's another review.
But look, I mean, I agree with everything that's been said. I like there were a lot of things to like in his portrayal of the gangster thing, but he had no ethos. Like
That's
Nanda was
true.
saying, he had no real reasoning for like his actions in this version thus far. I think down the road we'll probably find out more about him when he gets more focused.
Urgency.
But it was a missed opportunity to have him appear in this movie and not really use him to his fullest extent. Like you said about him in Dark Knight, like he is a agent of chaos. Like that's what he wanted. He wanted to burn everything down. He was like a terrorist, true and true.
Scary.
And in this one, I didn't really understand his motivation aside from the Harley factor. And definitely him and Batman need to have some beef going on. You had Batman in this movie and you had Flash in this movie, and they could have done some stuff. They could have done some stuff in the third act. Maybe even team up with do some things like some curveballs that we don't see coming. That would have been really nice to see.
Some nice, strong cameos.
So I didn't expect to see the Flash in the movie, and I was very happy to see him. But that was a nice cameo.
I did like that, but the thing about it is, there's not the cameos and the introductions aren't bold enough. The decisions aren't bold enough, and the reason why people are looking forward to this film in particular was because we thought, okay, fine, this is an opportunity for them to swing. Because with a property like this, you have no choice. You have to go for it. The characters are extreme, the source material is extreme, but it felt a little weirdly flat.
To play devil's advocate to Denny's point about the cameos being bold, I still think that it was a little interesting how, yes, the story is about the Suicide Squad and those characters, and it's like the Batman just kind of shows up.
Yeah.
And he's not the main.
Batman
he jumps on top of the car. It's like
Very
he pops out
Ex
of nowhere.
Machina.
I like the way they could have. It's cool. It's almost like in Batman vs Superman where you see him looking up and you see Superman destroying the buildings, which happened in the whole other film. I like the way Batman is like.
He kind of laces. He's like
He just like pops in and out. And they should have had more of him popping in.
And most of the villains were Batman villains too.
They all
Yeah,
were in
like when they were fighting the big person at the end, even though we all hate the villain, maybe Batman would have like helped them a little bit,
or understood something, or brought some technology or something like that.
Yeah,
I agree with you
should
there.
have integrated him a little more.
Yeah,
Because it would have helped facilitate okay, since it's a spoiler review, there's the end credit sequence where they have
That was wild.
Batman talking to Amanda Waller, which I thought was
Setting
really
up
cool.
Justice League.
But if Batman's involvement in the movie was a little more pronounced, and he had the established connection between him and Amanda Waller, that end credit sequence is pushed to another level because you go, okay, fine, like these two are begrudgingly have a relationship begrudgingly.
But maybe
And
that's what they were doing with that scene.
Yeah, I think they were gonna build on
Instead of like, yeah.
But they just give you a little bit of something without actually doing the work.
Right. That's one of the things I wish they would have borrowed from the animated series, because even though the animated movies started out in the beginning strictly just Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Batman more and more got interwoven into it, so there was almost like a fun ping pong between the two factions.
Yeah, that's such a good point, because that's, I think, one of their problems. Like with Zack, all of these, well, it's just been 2 directors thus far, but they keep using these characters, and it's like you can tell that Zack Snyder like wanted to make a Batman movie, but it was still a Superman movie and a Wonder Woman movie, and this guy. He had an opportunity to basically make a Batman movie, and he put him in like 2 scenes. You know, it's like, why are we? It's like you have full reign. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think there's any kind of like copyright or whatever kind of restriction on them using these characters at this point. So that's why it's strange to me that you get so little of moments like that.
Who do you blame for that? The director, the screenwriters?
Studio, I would say. Because I know their job, well, I mean, and this is a whole other topic, but I think their job is really to try to keep things balanced and hit every target demographic.
Yeah.
But it's not
based on their
filmmaking.
research
That's
instead
not
of like
art.
having it's not art. Yeah.
And that's what I think disrupts these movies, which is just like basically the backlash of the movie. The Rotten Tomatoes score is like 20 something. It's in the 20s. I mean, it was it was 27 last I checked. I don't know if it's gone up or down. The movie financially right now is tracking really, really well.
Of course.
And also the audience score is pretty high. It's at 74%.
So I want to throw a conspiracy theory out there.
Please.
Maybe Marvel has something to do with this?
A lot of people are saying, well, no.
I'm kidding. Obviously.
A lot of jokes. Hold on. A lot of people are saying that there is some sort of like, almost like lobbying.
It's insane. Like, the movie is not that bad. Like the score.
The movie is definitely not a 27%.
No, it's not.
You know, I think the audience score is about where it is.
So for me, for this movie, I think they're a little bit harsh. But for Batman vs Superman, they were accurate. Because that movie did not make any sense. This one had more of a straightforward plot, villain, whatever. Introductions. Batman vs Superman, they were right.
I will keep saying to you, JP, the Ultimate Edition until you watch it. That's all. You know, I don't know. We sat there, bro, and we were sitting there, and we were like, "This makes
I don't
so
want to waste 3
much
hours
more
of my life like I did.
So they don't. But I mean, I'm just saying you can't have an opinion on that until you've seen it.
But that makes sense.
Okay.
I don't mean that in like a
But like the
douchebag.
But here's what I'll say. And
It's the truth. If you haven't seen it, you can't have an opinion on it.
That's true. That's fair.
Okay.
Sorry, fair enough. But I will echo JP's sentiments. I do think that the being at 27% is a little absurd. It is skewed, but I do think this the knock-on effect from how disappointing Batman vs Superman is, and also I think Warner Bros. Underestimating how much people value this material.
Yeah.
Because these movies, we want them to be great. It's not just good. We want them to be great because they're dealing with characters and source material that's like beloved.
Right.
There are problems here, man, and I don't think I can get past seeing this as like a big missed opportunity. It's not a 27. It's not. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know, I think more for me in high 50s.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah. Thoughts on Rotten Tomatoes?
Well, first off, there's a lot of hardcore, die-hard fans of the source material that when they see any deviation from the canon that they love, they start a backlash. So it's probably a combination between that and the expectations that came from like Batman versus Superman. Because Man of Steel got a lot of backlash on that one, but there was also a lot of people who liked it. Batman versus Superman got a lot of backlash. Though a
Deserved.
couple people like it.
Deserved.
But critically, it was trash.
Yeah.
And technically, it was trash. But in this one, people are either expecting it to be amazing, pull DC out of this rut they've been in,
It was kind of
or
what they need.
they're just following the trend. So because of the last act, they figure no, they're just following the
It's like a
trend.
complete
That's
failure.
the thing that people remember or
Right.
take away from the movie
Yeah.
is the final
Well,
act.
it's like a losing streak.
A lot of people
At
unless
this
they-
point, it's a
yeah.
losing streak.
Yeah.
Exactly.
My thing is that, you know, the movie has problems for sure, but I don't think any of the problems make this movie like a complete fail.
Yeah.
And I think that this movie was as good as some of the weaker Marvel films. It basically had the same template as all of them, particularly the team movies, had the same end of the world scenario as Avengers, as Age of Ultron, as any X-Men movie, particularly this last X-Men movie. So I don't know why people are being so much more harsh on this because it uses the formula. But I think we're all in agreement, and I think most people would agree that they could have thought a little bit more out of the box because these characters are more like out of the box and played with that formula as a film, like a movie structure, a little bit more.
And just like, you know, the 2 points that you guys made, there's the diehard fans who understand the comic books and all the other stuff that's been done, right?
Yeah.
And then there's just the normal moviegoer.
Right.
Someone who doesn't know anything about,
And they're making the movie for them too.
and they're making the movie for them too. Like, people need to understand that. And I think when you put those two together, that score, if it's just based on the people who are, you know, who are, I guess, disciples of the canon or whatever they'll call themselves, even that was too far.
The disciples.
Right? But then for the wider audience, it was a fun movie.
For the wider audience?
For wider audience. For like people who don't know anything about these characters. People who just
Will Smith and Mark Wahlberg.
no, for the people who see
There's
like who see
plenty
the
of-
trailer and they come and watch it, right?
Yeah,
For
yeah.
those people, it wasn't bad. It's too far.
The trailer is something that ironically does no favors for this movie for a strange reason, because the Bohemian Rhapsody trailer is one of the best trailers ever cut.
Yeah, sure.
Like that was what sort of got me on board for this, because I was like, you look at the visuals and you go like,
Nobody can deny that the visuals were great.
Yeah, but that's
Aside from
DC,
the
aside from the CGI.
some of the CGI.
But they didn't-
I didn't have a
you
problem with
some of
a lot of the CGI.
Well, you can tell what they were hiding in the trailer, because if they showed you even a piece of it, you'd be like,
Maybe that big monster guy at the end.
I signed up to agree with Danny on that. The brother witch dude.
Yeah. But even the
Why was he like tentacle now?
Something dropped the ball.
He doesn't even remember the guy's name. You just go, the brother
I
witch.
think he's like a big character in
Red
that
brother
comic
witch
though.
dude.
Really quick though, I loved. We talked about this when I don't even know anything about it, but I loved like the residue that he left behind.
That's cool.
That was fucking awesome. Okay, okay, so
in a zombie movie.
yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
So let's cut. Sorry, you have one more thing?
I agree.
Okay, let's kind of move on and sort of wrap it up. Favorite character in the movie? Who was your favorite character? Now, this is how I like to do it. You get an honorable mention, and then you have your favorite character. Okay, like this.
All right, so favorite character, definitely Deadshot. Honorable mention is what's her name again?
Harley Quinn?
No.
Amanda Waller?
No.
There's only two girls in the movie. Yeah.
No, the bad woman. The bad
Witch?
No. So the
Katana.
lady who's running the program.
Oh,
I keep
Amanda
forgetting her
Waller.
name.
Amanda Waller.
Amanda Waller. Sorry. I'm like blanking all this stuff. Yeah, she gets the honorable mention.
Okay.
For sure. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Cool.
Favorite character was Harley Quinn. You know, she was bad, son. On screen, I was like, damn, son.
God. And then honorable mention was, yeah, of course, Will Smith. Those two were the best.
I mean, the character.
And then Amanda Waller. And then everybody else who you forget.
Okay.
I'm gonna flip IKs. I'm gonna go. My favorite was Amanda Waller. I think she does a lot more for the movie than people will ever give her credit for. You know, because she legitimizes everything that they're doing, even though the movie goes out of its way to throw that right out the window.
Right.
And then like Deadshot gets our honorable mention because we get fun Will Smith. I won't watch fun Will Smith for days. Like one-liners, the smirk, the smile, the jokes,
The action.
triangle bitch.
Yeah.
All day, man.
Yeah.
Give me more of that. That's why we pay to go see the guy.
I agree with
So
you.
yeah, absolutely absolutely. Amanda Waller and Will Smith gets my honorable mention because he's kind of bad.
He's great, yeah. I'm gonna say my honorable is Deadshot, Will Smith, because yes, he carried the movie. I thought he gave a great performance, and he's back. This is like the Will Smith that we love, you know, and yeah, he was fantastic. My favorite character was El Diablo. He caught me by surprise, and I thought he had probably the most interesting subplot
He actually had an arc.
and arc. And I thought Jay Hernandez gave a great performance. I mean, like when he's sitting in that little thing and he's just like, you know, like that ain't me, man. That ain't me. Like, you know, like that's not me anymore. Like I really felt something for his character. I just got chills thinking about his performance, and I did like the ending where he like discovered his power, and I don't think he's dead either. I mean, like he blew up, but like he's fucking fired, so you know he can. Yeah. So I would love to see him return in a sequel.
Okay. I guess my favorite character would have to be Harley Quinn, just because the adaptation, well, from the animated series to the live action was seamless. She captured the very essence of Harley, from her obsession with Joker to her hypersexuality towards everyone, and her flirtatiousness and her willingness to use her body to get what she wants from the drooling men who are always around her, what have you. And my honorable mention has to go to Jai Courtney.
What? High five.
What?
No, I'm with Nando. I'm with Nando.
This is the first.
That's a waste of your
This is
Hold on. Let the man have his day in court.
Not only is this the first time I could actually say I cared about his character in any movie that he's been in.
Oh, you mean the actor? Okay.
Yeah, the character. I mean the actor.
The actors.
The character that he's playing is supposed to be almost a comic relief within, like, this universe. So the fact that,
Like the C-list.
yeah, he is.
What did he say in that article? I think he's like from a 2-bit C-lister.
Yeah.
Don't you think that that's what Hollywood should do with Jai Courtney in general?
Well, that's why they cast him to play this role. I think he understood that.
It's finally been given the role that he can actually excel at, and I was excited to see him do things.
So is it more that you're surprised that he did so well?
That's
Is that
it.
Well, I think it's a little bit of that, and the fact that it was casting was good. There.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Connected with him.
And finally connected him as an actor, and of course Jay Hernandez with his arc and even his, like, the way he did choose to utilize his powers with having his wife dance in his hand and burn.
Kind of like Mr. Freeze a little bit.
Exactly. The
Reminded me of that.
symbolism between, like,
Yeah, there was some great things in this film. I mean, a lot of problems too. But I mean, I can think of so many movies. Like I'm looking at my collection, movies that have problems, but it doesn't make it a bad film. You know, it doesn't make it. It doesn't deserve all of that. Like I don't know, animosity. It just feels like kind of like gross when I hear so much of that. Let's score this thing. Yeah.
It's tough. I B minus.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll give it a C minus because there's a lot of potential, more potential. It could have been amazing.
Right.
I'm gonna give it a D with temptation to give it a D minus because I think upon a second viewing there's some stuff in this movie.
Yeah. So you guys know my score. I'm sticking with my score even on the second viewing. I give it a C plus.
That would count. Okay. I agree.
I really enjoyed the movie going to see it, and it made me want to see it again, even though it had lots of glaring faults in it. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to go with C plus B minus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a solid score for that.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
like, and that's sort of like in the range of what the audience score is on Rotten Tomatoes anyway. So, yeah, I mean, basically it comes down to, like I said in my other review, right, non-spoiler, it's like what you guys think. So definitely leave a comment, like let us know what you thought of the film itself. But that's gonna kind of wrap it up for today. Thank you guys for watching our spoiler discussion on Suicide Squad, you guys enjoy yourselves?
Definitely.
Anytime, would you guys want to come back and talk?
I see a lot of potential in it.
Yeah.
We'll come back to the show, you man.
I'm in my
sure.
ears. Yeah.
Sure.
Come back here, yes.
And talk about some other movies.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
Good.
I hope it's a better movie.
Yeah. Well, I think this is good also even for like filmmakers. Like you're a filmmaker, I'm a filmmaker. You know, these are things that we would probably avoid. You know, like in our own movies, maybe we wouldn't have the witch with the thing in the sky.
Or just avoid Batman
Trash ball in the sky.
You're gonna watch
Said
like
that like
the
4
edition.
times.
All right, so you know, if you guys have like any social media handles, this is like the time. So, Ike, where can people find you online?
So I'm on Twitter and Instagram and all that stuff, but I mean, on Facebook, it's just my name.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right, I'll spell it down there.
Yeah. Right here.
Right there.
You can find me nowhere. I'm married, so it works.
He's at home.
Okay. East Coast Brooklyn.
I mean, I'm still trying to set some stuff up, so I'm not really.
So you can find him on Facebook.
Find me on Facebook. I do have a Twitter.
Okay. Maybe you want to say what it is?
At Daniel Joliet.
Okay. Maybe people can reach out
I
to you.
nailed it. First person to get
You've
it.
seen enough Collider, man. You know how this fucking part goes. Yeah.
And
All right, you can follow me on all the various internets and all that crap on Vulcan Bits, or you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, Legend of Non, and see you next time.
And as you guys know, you can find me right here at Vigilante Mode Reviews. You can find me on Twitter at, actually it's Vigilante Mode now, changed it, and also on Instagram at Vigilante Mode. Thank you guys for joining us today. We had a lot of fun. Until next time.
Vigilante. God damn it.
Vigilante.